In this video, I will show you my top 5 resources to find website inspiration for your next Webflow or Framer build. Now, the very first website that I want to share with you is called One Page Love. And over here, you can actually find single page websites which have been featured within the design community, and overall the quality of these websites is quite remarkable. So if you're looking for something which is on the cutting edge of the current design trends and waves, this is definitely a resource which I highly recommend you to check out. Now, the very next resource is actually something which is more specific, and it's called Landbook. And as you know, most designers usually reference a Dribble when they find inspiration, but when it comes to website specifically, I think that Landbook is like the Dribble for sites, in the sense that it's going to enable you not only to visualize all sorts of different beautiful websites here in the main page. But if you go under the component section, this is where it really stands out, because Landbook is going to enable you to browse through the different components that you might want to add on your website, so you can have specific inspiration. So for example, see that I'm wrapping up a pricing section for my next build. I can actually click on pricing, and as you can see, I'm actually going to find all sorts of different cool and modern pricing sections. So I can specifically have a look at, for example, at this one, and maybe take inspiration from the design style and whatnot. You can, of course, save it or even show similar pricing sections to this one right here. Now, Landbook is absolutely amazing when it comes to this feature, because it's quite unique in its nature. One thing that I do need to note is that you're going to need to make a free account in order to have a wider list of components and filters and search results. And they do have a pro version, which basically gives you access to all the categories, components, and much, much more. But I do think that if you're building websites for a living, and you are in need of constant inspiration for all sorts of different sections, this resource is quite unique. So it's definitely worth considering. Again, I'm not affiliated. I just think it's genuinely a great resource. So let's go on to the very next one, which to many of you, it's not going to surprise that Awards made the list. Now, Awards is definitely one of my favorite places to find site inspiration, because the nominees over here are of such a high quality. You can pretty much click on any of these sites, and you're going to be flabbergasted with some of the animations and concepts that they come up with. So you can actually have a look at the original websites by clicking on the view site section, and you're going to see the website directly over here. So you can see how this website is very much interactive, very different than what you would usually uh, consider. And I can actually literally hold and drag and remove the keys as I'm doing this. So this is quite a unique animation. If I click on enter, I'm going to visualize this next step, which again, like websites like this are insane. I wouldn't even know where to start if I were to create a similar project. It's definitely one of those projects that needs the collaboration of multiple professionals. So that's a great example of what you can find here on awards.com, together also with some courses which are related to design. So definitely keep that in mind as well. And yeah, overall, this is such a unique resource. The level of quality is unmatched, so it's definitely a must whenever you need to find website inspiration for your very next project. Now, talking about website inspiration again, we must mention SiteInspire. This again is another resource which is going to enable you to find all sorts of different website designs. This is more on the clean side of things instead of the very heavily uh, interactions and animations driven websites. So I can have a look, for example, at this one by Cristina Gomez, her personal website. And if I go on, I can see that overall the style is quite different in this case. Very simple, very elegant, beautiful interactions and transitions. So this is actually such a unique blend of minimalism and great use of interactions and animations overall. So this is a great website that I can heavily rely on if I need all sorts of different styles. So for example, I can filter over here. If I need something editorial, for example, I can click editorial and I can find different websites which are more towards that vibe. So if I visit this one here, thenation.com, you can see how it definitely has that editorial feeling to it due to the nature of this website. And yeah, overall, very clean, very good quality. Really enjoying these type of design styles over here. Kind of reminds me of when I was back into uh, design university as I was studying graphic design, where I would work on all sorts of different projects which were print related. So definitely is a jump back in time. Now, talking about the very last resource which had to make this list is Landing Love. So this is landing.love, and basically it's going to showcase all sorts of different websites. This one is more towards the awards websites, as you can see. So these have like very nice looking animations and interactions. This one specifically has a very unique style. I've never seen anything like that. And yeah, overall, such a great site that are being selected over here again are of really good quality. You can filter by all sorts of different things. I can filter for AI related sites, and yeah, can click directly here and visualize this site directly on the browser. So overall, great resource, and highly recommend you to check them out and kind of get the pulse as to because each and every one of these sites and resources that I showed you have their own twist and their own pros and cons, if you wish. So it's good to have a variety of inspirational tools that you can then leverage based on your specific design project that you're trying to tackle. So this is actually something that you need to keep in mind, and it's just like any other things in this field. You want to use the right tool for the job specifically that you're trying to tackle.